I'm going to show you what I ate as a vegan in Tokyo, Japan. We spent our first morning at Sensoji Temple and then wandered by a 7-Eleven to check out their tofu section, which was huge, so I decided to pick one up and try it, and it was actually really good. And then we went by Hatoya's, which has vegan versions of the fruit sandwiches that you see all over Tokyo, and so we tried some, and again, they were excellent. And afterwards, we went to Matcha Trip for one of the highlights of our trip. We learned about the history of matcha making and tea farming from an ex-tea farmer and sampled 12 different types of matcha. We also learned how to properly prepare matcha, which I had definitely been doing wrong, and we bought a whole bunch to take home. And by then, we'd worked up an appetite, so we went to vegan gyoza, where we ordered 11 different types of gyoza, which were filled with soy-based meat, and might have been my favorite meal of the entire trip. After exploring the city for a bit, we went to Tea's Tantan for vegan ramen because obviously we needed to have ramen while in Tokyo. And again, that was delicious, and then we packed it in for the night. The next morning, we stopped at a cafe called Miyanoyu for more matcha before heading to a tofu making class. Similar to the matcha experience, we learned about the history of tofu in Japan and how it came over from China, and then we made our own tofu from scratch. And you can see the soy milk being made here that is eventually set to make our tofu. And wait for the final reveal? I'd say we did pretty good. And after about a 2-hour process, it was time to feast, and I have to say this was the best plain tofu I've ever had. Then it was time to explore some more, and we stopped by this fully vegan bakery to pick up some treats, which were all delicious. And we ate those treats on the way to Ruru Cafe, which is known for giving the illusion that your drinks are floating on water. As a Pokemon fan, once upon a time I had to stop by the Pokemon store and the Godzilla shop before grabbing dinner at Izakaya Masaka. This place came highly recommended to me by multiple people, so I had to check it out, and it did not disappoint. I wrapped up the night by watching a show on the side of the Metropolitan Building and woke up early for a run the next morning before grabbing some treats at the Vegan Marshmallow. They had so much to choose from that it was a little overwhelming, but we did pick a few things to try. We then grabbed another matcha at this little cafe called Wabi Sabi, which was really nice, and I actually wish we could have spent more time there, but we had a booking at Team Lab Planet. It's a really cool interactive art exhibit that I definitely recommend checking out if you are ever in Tokyo. And what's also great is that once you're finished, you walk into a fully vegan ramen shop right outside. And that evening, we dined at Ein Sof, where I tried the vegan chicken, tofu quiche, and of course had to order their heavenly pancakes, which they're known for. Overall, the food in Tokyo was fantastic, and I found it really easy to navigate as a vegan.